our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Outlaw Racing League Knoxville Nationals. The super late models are going to go after it tonight here at the track in Iowa. As always, with me in the booth is Clayton Hack. Clayton, welcome to the show, my friend. It's great to have you back. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas.
Yes, sir, I did. Same to you. Always good to be back up here in a booth, looking to put on a good show. These guys are excited for tonight. A lot of stuff on the line tonight, up for grabs. Got $300 in payouts. Got some Tight Lines Apparel merchandise. These guys are super excited to get going here tonight.
Yeah, brought to you tonight by Gears Unlimited and Tight Lines Apparel. So we're getting ready to get the show underway. As always, at Outlaw Racing League, the Pole Award is a cash award. Brought to you by Tight Lines Apparel. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping on your order. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram. Get the whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. Everyone out there watching the broadcast, thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Here at Got Your Six Racing Network, as always, we are racing for awareness of veterans' issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is 22 too many. So we're trying to do our small part in highlighting companies out there doing great things for veterans. You'll see us play promos throughout the night from various organizations, again, doing great things for veterans. So it looks like we are going to advance to qualifying. Billy Roberts in the 99 Gears Unlimited ride will be the first car to come out on the track. These are open setup super late models. So ready to get the show underway. Billy Roberts in the 99. Chris Cox, a driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, in the 515 out on track. 213 of Michael Vitale on track. Thank Michael for his service to the United States in the United States Air Force. The 88 car, that's Grant Wesley. He's with us, a driver out of Indiana. Ryan Stillwell, that's Grant Wesley's teammate in the 09 ride. Scott Scheuer is back with us in the 57. That is another teammate of the Animal Racing team. Rick Gibson in the 38 is with it. Looks like Billy Roberts at the top of the board. See if he can hold on to that top spot. Chris Cox, P2. 17.887 on his second lap. Chris Cox in P2, Stillwell 3. Grant Wesley, now Scott Scheuer moves up to P4 on the board. Looks like Cox has shut it down, P2. Billy Roberts, Rick Gibson in the 38, 17-8-98. Move Rick Gibson up to the P2 in qualifying. Billy Roberts currently in line for the Tight Lines Apparel Pole Award. We will see how this plays out. We do have a few cars left out on the field. On my board, the 12th car is actually the 387 of Keaton Holder. Let's see if Keaton can put up quick time. Did not. That must the clock stopped on here, started. So Keaton Holder is the last to qualify. Coming off of turn 4, will the 12 car have anything for Billy Roberts? Second quick, 17-8-8-9. Can Holder improve? Let's go on board. Go for a ride here around Knoxville. Coming to the flag stand out of turn 4. Holder shuts it down. Quick time, 17-8-8-1. So he edges out Billy Roberts, Keaton Holder, Billy Roberts, Rick Gibson, Chris Cox, Ryan Stillwell, your top 5. As we are getting ready to advance here. Again, Keaton Holder with the Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Award, putting that 12 car on the pole for tonight. They do invert the top 4. Heat 1 on the grid, that's Keaton Holder. Rick Gibson on the front row. Ryan Stillwell on the inside of his teammate Grant Wesley in row 2. Jake Henry will round out your field of 5 drivers. Kind of a good break coming here to Knoxville, looking for some exciting racing tonight. Those of you that were with us the past few nights, I think we finally got our sound issues squared away. And trust me, I took pictures of everything so that if that ever happens again. Looks like everybody 5 to the grid and 5 have gridded. So we are getting ready here. That is the 12 car of Keaton Holder. Takes home the pole award. Rick Gibson will start on the outside of Holder. Will take the outside. So Rick Gibson will start on the inside.
Yeah, I see these guys practiced almost nowhere but the bottom. Keaton Holder, if I know Keaton, he's been putting in some time, knows where the speed really is. Kind of surprised by him taking the top, but I'm sure he'll show here just in a second why it's the place to be.
As we are underway, 8 laps to get it done. Great start by Holder. Holder out to the point. Rick Gibson is able to get P2. Grant Wesley in the 88, he moves up to P3. His teammate falls back to P4. Jake Henry in the 171 at the tail end of this field. Getting a little tight for P3 as Stillwell putting some pressure on Grant Wesley, peeking on the inside. We saw the 12 car take the outside. Now they're all kind of running the middle, right on the edge. You can see a cushion start to push out there. They are right on the edge of the middle.
Yeah, that kind of is the outside early on here at Knoxville. Nobody really will go up to the wall. I don't think we'll even see it in the feature with not having many cars here tonight, but the middle definitely is the place to be. When you run the bottom, you got that treacherous berm that you can catch, and you can ruin your race really quick. And then up top is just so slow. The Keaton Holder's making the middle a highlight right now, showing that that's where they need to be, and he's proven it.
Holder in P1, Rick Gibson still in P2. Grant Wesley, he moves up 1 in front of his teammate Ryan Stillwell. Kind of got nose to tail here on lap 5 of 8. Jake Henry in the 171. Outlaw Racing League car. Holder with a 17.982 last time by. Holder, Gibson. Now we got a battle. Stillwell trying to get up underneath his teammate. We're on the right front of Grant Wesley. Let's get on the right front of Stillwell. That is his teammate with one to go to his outside. That's where the battle's going to be. Stillwell down low. Coming off of turn 4. Can the 9 car get a good run? He will. Stillwell edges out his teammate. Holder, Gibson, Stillwell, Wesley, Henry, your top 5. That's a good finish. Heat 2, Billy Roberts, Chris Cox on the front row. Scott Scheuer, Michael Vitale round out your field of 4 drivers.
Not seeing Keaton Holder in our Discord right now to have a talk with him. Pull up the 09 Ryan Stillwell here and get a talk to him before we go green here for Heat 2. Ryan, this Clayton up at the booth, you got me?
I got you.
Man, what a pass there at the end on your teammate. You were just consistently running him down. Did that car kind of come in late for you, or did you see something in that 88 just start to go away as you were running him down?
Really, yeah. It was just we were both on different setups. We had multiples to choose from for this, and we all 3 kind of experimented on different things. Me, Rick, and Grant, and his was a little faster early, but mine was faster towards the end there because I was just a little bit tighter and managed to get it on the bottom. I was really surprised about that.
Yeah, man, podium finish. Looks like track position's gonna be key here tonight with not so many cars. Looks pretty single file right now. I think it'll slick off and possibly become a 2-lane track here later tonight for the feature.
Definitely it's going to become 2-lane. As far as when that happens, it might happen right towards the end with the car count, but no doubt that once this thing starts slicking off, we're going to have to go up and find grip because these things do not like the slick at all. So you'll definitely watch a lot of guys start moving up, and if any moisture's down there on the bottom towards the end, I'll definitely move down there.
Yeah, alrighty, man. Well, good luck here in the feature.
Thank you.
Billy Roberts starts on the pole. He's out front in that 99 machine. Chris Cox in P2. Roberts running that middle lane as we saw in Heat 1 as Chris Cox and Scheuer. Now they move up to the middle. They ran the bottom in 3 and 4. Let's see if they repeat that. They will go down low. At least the 515 does. Will that open the door for Scott Scheuer? Michael Vitale at the tail end of the field. On lap 5 of 8. Anybody have anything for the 99? Let's go on his rear bumper and see how the 515 is doing. You can see Billy Roberts right on that cushion that's built up in the middle of the track. Nose to tail here at Knoxville. Top 2 starting to pull away. Scheuer's losing the top 2 a little bit.
I've been watching the gap between Michael Vitale and Scott Scheuer, and I think Scott's car is just starting to fall off. Vitale's running him down. 2/10 is the gap now. Michael Vitale might have something here on this last lap. A 10th on the backstretch crossing the timing stripe. We might see a battle here for third.
Side by side at the line. Looks like that's where the battle is going to be. 213 slides out on entry. Scott Scheuer able to hold on as Billy Roberts in the 99 machine comes off of turn 4. 99 headed towards flag stand. It will be Billy Roberts, Chris Cox. Scheuer holds off Vitale. We will have 3 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back.
biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. Getting ready for our 50-lap feature. We're going to line the cars up here momentarily. This is for $300 cash. Clayton, does all that go to the winner, or how does that pan out?
So we're going to pay out the top three here tonight. 150 will go to the leader, 90 will go to second, 60 will go to third, doing custom Tight Lines apparel hoodies with the drivers' names and possibly pictures of their car on the sim on the back. 4, I would like to do the whole fields as a holiday gift as an end of the season, but the winner's going to get one here tonight, and also going to be possibly getting in contact with Dylan Hauser at House of Speed and see what we can do for some setups. It's kind of a grind every 3 weeks having to find a sponsor, but we do the best we can, make it work for these guys. They deserve every bit of it, so putting together as much as we can for these guys to keep them coming back, keep them around for next year. Or next season, I should say, and
yeah, that's
see
super,
what we can build.
That's super cool. For your feature, Chris Cox on the inside of Gibson on the front row, Billy Roberts, Keaton Holder in row number 2, Stillwell Schweier in 3, Wesley Vitale in 4, and Jake Henry rounds out your field of 9 drivers.
Man, I forgot about the top 4 invert. Chris Cox is fast in a late model. I know Keaton Holder and Billy Roberts won their heat races, but with them starting on the second row, it's going to shake things up. I already see the bottoms starting to go away. I think this track's just going to move up the rest of the night, and we might see a middle and a top 2-lane racetrack here. Maybe my guess about halfway through this feature or so.
Yeah, advantage to the 515 early. He gets to select that outside with that invert. Chris Cox will start on the outside of Rick Gibson. He picked the outside lane. All restarts are on the driver. Yeah, it's the pace truck exits. We are underway. Good start by the 515. Rick Gibson, he's on the inside. He'll slide up, get on the outside in front of that 12 car. Billy Roberts slides a little wide. Scott Scheuer not able to capitalize on that. Yeah, maybe he will this time. You got Scheuer down low, sliding underneath the 99. They are side by side at the line. Slide job coming from the 57.
Billy Roberts
Keaton.
got tight there on corner entry.
Keaton Holder dives down low. Top 3 under a blanket coming off of turn 4. Keaton Holder, Rick Gibson side by side at the line. 38 car is going to hold the 12 down, not let him slide up. Looks like your Holder and Cox. Now the 12 gets by. Holder tries a crossover, gets up on the berm. Put Holder up to P2 behind the 515 of Chris Cox. Gibson falls back to P3. Take a look back. Scheuer in 4. The 99 car of Billy Roberts in 5. Stillwell and Wesley in 6 and 7. Vitale and Jake Henry did not, he's out of the race. We'll get a quick turn it up here at Knoxville early on. Up front, Chris Cox holding off Keaton Holder. Holder has moved up a little bit higher. Looks like he's running a cut down line, trying to run up in the middle on entry, and he moves down to the bottom. Oh, my apologies. That's Rick Gibson. Holder has fallen back to P3 while we were away. 38 car up on that inside berm, trying to get by the 515. Scott Scheuer. We are going 3 wide in the back. Grant Wesley makes contact with Billy Roberts. That was hard racing right there, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the 213 coming off of turn 4. Gets a good run. Takes it 3 wide. That is Vitale on the bottom side. Makes a little bit of contact with the 88. The 88 will get into the 99, sending Billy Roberts around.
Yeah, it looks like the 213's right rear kind of steps out on entry, gets into Grant. 213's going to go to the back here. Tough break for Michael Vitale.
So Chris Cox able to hold off Gibson and Keaton Holder. Holder had moved up to P2. We missed where that pass came from. Billy Roberts goes in for his quick repair. He's back at the tail end of the field.
Still got a long way to go. Billy's plenty fine right now. Got a fresh car in the back. I think he'll be okay here.
Great start by the 515. Gibson and Holder are going to go at it again. The 57 of Scott Scheuer is showing up now. We got some tight racing. 12 car up on the inside berm. Doesn't upset the car too bad. Put Holder up to P2. Now Rick Gibson will battle it out with Scheuer in the 57. Scheuer will get by on the inside.
These guys keep battling 2 wide. Billy Roberts closing in. Michael Vitale's coming as well. We're about to have Heck of a battle here, all for the third spot. Everybody's going to get in one big group here and start fighting. This is going to put on a good show.
Stillwell down low. Rick Gibson running the high side. Grant Wesley, he's tucking it down low in 3 and 4. Billy Roberts right on the edge of the slick. Stillwell now down on the inside. You can hear him working the throttle inside that 09 car.
Keaton Holder's got his nose under Chris Cox going into one here.
Chris Cox on the outside. He's going to fight back. Holder with a good run. Chris Cox is going to pinch him down. Can he hold the 12 car? No. Contact is made. Holder to the point. Chris Cox, P2. Now the 515 will have to track down that 12 car as all the action behind him. The 09 car of Stillwell. He loves to run that bottom. Boy, he got way up on the berm that time. Chris Cox is not going away.
He was actually talking about it in the race meeting, how you can get the left front almost just the bumper on the ledge, and it kind of helps the car rotate through the corner. He's showing it right now. It actually works. I thought for sure it would upset the car and spin, cause it to lose traction and possibly spin out, but Ryan Stillwell is making that bottom berm work.
Contact! Oh. Able to hold on to it, but Scott Scheuer will inherit the lead. So the 515 gets a little bit too close. Now Holder's going to battle back, coming off a 4-3 wide. Oh, 38 up high, hard on that inside berm. I'm not thinking that's what he had in mind. Scott Scheuer, Ryan Stillwell, P2. Rick Gibson. Looks like Billy Roberts involved. In the 99, you can see the 88 car. Not sure what happened to the 88. We're going to go 3 wide. That's Chris Cox on the inside. Billy Roberts in the middle.
That's
like
3
the 88
wide.
Just came down. The 99 was going up. Didn't see anything from the broadcast booth.
Yeah, that's just 3 wide racing off of 2. Chris Cox kind of comes up. They really have nowhere to go. They're kind of wedged into the same line. Nobody's going to get a penalty for this one. That's just hard racing.
So we had some contact between the 515 running second, got into the back of Keaton Holder in the 12 car. Those two moved back. Holder able to recover in P4.
Tough break. Billy picked up 2 spots. Started to kind of make his way through the field. And just tight race in there off of 2. Bites him. Keaton Holder all the way back to 4th after that contact with Chris Cox.
Maybe we'll get a word with the leader, Scott Scheuer. Clayton?
Yeah, we'll pull him up in here real quick. Hey, Scott, it's Clayton in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. Go ahead.
Man, those 2 guys in front of you racing hard like that. What did it look like out of your front windshield causing that contact?
It just looked like somebody got a little bit loose. I don't know. I think the leader there, he got a little bit loose and kind of maybe checked up. And second place car, Chris there, got into him a little bit, I think. And we were just able to go high.
Yeah, we're seeing the track kind of work its way up. Coming 1 to green. Next time by is the bottom almost basically gone. We're seeing a few, actually your teammate 09 and Ryan Stillwell still making it work. Are you able to find traction down there, or is everything kind of moved up?
It's still a little bit there, but you got to hit the line just exactly right, and it's just a little easier hit on the high side. So I think we're going to stay up here.
Alrighty, man. Well, outside you got your choice, man. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
That was your leader, the 57 car of Scott Scheuer, the Animal Racing driver. Animal Racing will take over the front row. Ryan Stillwell and Scott Scheuer. We'll see how those teammates do. Keaton Holder We saw him fall back early, but he only fell back to P3, or P4. So Keaton Holder still in the mix in the 12 car as we are getting ready to go back green on lap 20 of 50. Plenty of time for these drivers to work their way back towards the front. Scheuer goes on the outside. 09 looked like he was going to slide up. Able to hold on to it. Stillwell still able to get that bottom to work. There the top opens. Stillwell will move up to the top. Chris Cox back at it as we're going to go 3 wide. Chris Cox on the outside. Keaton Holder in P3. Chris Cox back to his rear bumper. We've seen this before. As the 12 car gets that bottom to work.
Man, he's just got the whole car in the slick and still somehow able to keep it at least door to door with Ryan Stillwell right now. 1 and 2 running the complete slick line. Here again in 3 and 4. I think they're going to clear him this time. There he goes, falling all the way back to 4th off of that corner.
Chris Cox moves up to the outside. That's close.
Hey, you couldn't fit a stack of paper between Chris Cox's front bumper and that back cage of Keaton Holder's car. These guys are putting on a show fighting.
Coming off 3 wide off of turn 4. Holder will be able to hold on to P4. Chris Cox dives it down one more time in the 515. Driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, pulls side by side with the 12.
Man, if you're the 57 right now, it's kind of single filed out right now, but those 5 or 6 laps there, Scott's able to breathe nice and easy, knowing that those guys are putting up a fight behind them, slowing each other down. Scott's kind of getting reeled back in by his teammate right now. Excuse me.
Stillwell is closing back in with Gibson in P3. Keaton Holder and Chris Cox were going at it lap after lap. Holder dives it down low, looking underneath the 38 of Rick Gibson. Contact is made. Chris Cox gets pushed way high as the 88 gets by the 515. Grant Wesley in the 88. He's running in P6. Michael Vitale side by side with the 99 of Billy Roberts. Nose to tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grant Wesley, the first one to dive out of line in that 88, looking underneath the 515. Can't get that to work. Clayton, I think in about 10 laps, it's go time.
Yeah, right now you're just ticking away laps, kind of feeling where the moisture is, seeing where, possibly making a plan towards the end of this race. But I think you're right, at about in between 35, 40, we're going to start seeing some aggression. I don't think Keaton Holder's done there in 4th either. I'm starting to see a little bit more aggression out of him these last few laps, trying to slide job Chris Cox there and make that work. Now reeling in the top 3. I think these guys are going to start putting it all on the line these last 10 or 15.
Yeah, man, if I'm going to run the bottom in the end, I'm going to stay up high until then to let that bottom keep the moisture in it. So we might be lulling themselves to sleep, waiting for that late race dive down low. Stillwell opening up a bit of a lead now over, or Scheuer opening up a lead over Stillwell. Rick Gibson, Animal Racing, 1, 2, 3. Keaton Holder, the first non-Animal Racing driver in the field so far.
He's got to poke his nose here underneath Rick Gibson.
Slide job coming. He was going for 2. Looks like that outside line is still quick around. They are able to hold off the 12 car.
Chris Cox now separated away from Grant Wesley, caught the front 4. Chris Cox going to look to make this a 5-car battle.
Scott Scheuer at the front of the field, followed by Stillwell, Gibson, Holder, Cox. The 12 car tries to get it go down low.
little bit of contact there off the nose of the 515 for Chris Cox. Gets into the back of Keaton Holder, keeps it straight. We're still rolling, but these guys are going to start fighting here. I think we're within that window now.
There are your top 5. Here they come right at you. Looks like we were going to go 3 wide. Chris Cox is trying the bottom. Pulls up underneath the 38. Contact is made. We've seen that 550. 909 gets loose. He's able to hold on to it. His teammate, the 38 of Rick Gibson, falls back. He had to get out of the throttle not to run over his teammate. Now Chris Cox is going to go down low. Slide job doesn't work. 38 of Rick Gibson stays down low. So here we go. Lap 39 of 50 underway. 38 car thought about a slide job. Couldn't quite get it done. He's side by side with the 12 car of Keaton Holder. These are your top 5 going at it. Grant Wesley. You can see the 88 poke his nose back into the picture. Yeah, Scott Scheuer is starting to pull away from the field.
That's all you want to see in your mirror if you're Scott Scheuer right now. The more these guys fight, slow each other down. Scott's almost got a 2-second lead. Chris Cox gets loose off of 2. Contact with Keaton Holder. We stay green. Chris Cox falls back to P5.
Those two have gone at it the entire race. At some point, I would hope not, but there may be tempers lost here. Those two running side by side the entire race, making slight contact.
Yeah, it does nothing but get under your skin when you're, trying to run and catch the front, and you got, nothing but one guy, started off with contact from Keaton Holder, and then Chris Cox gets into him. And now these guys are just exchanging blows here on these last 5 or so. Keaton slides and puts the brakes on midway through the corner. Wow, Chris Cox.
They hold on to it. The 88 car of Grant Wesley is able to move up. Chris Cox will fall back. Keaton Holder now in the grasp of the 99. The 88 goes up high. Contact made. Bouncing off of each other. You will not get away with that in the big blocks coming up.
Not one bit. And has
88 was going to shoot
contact.
the gap. He was going to shoot the gap and just not enough room. It was close. Let's take a look. The 88 car of Grant Wesley. You can see the 213 closing in. The 515 up high. Oh, Vitale gets into the back of the 88.
Yeah, Grant Wesley, I know it's contact off the nose of Michael Vitale, but when you watch it back, Michael Vitale stays in his lane. Grant Wesley's just trying to kind of cross over Chris Cox, and Grant comes down across the nose of Michael Vitale. Grant's going to go to the back here for this one.
Scott Scheuer at the front of the field on lap 45 of 50. So we are closing in.
I tell you what, you did not want to see that caution flag wave for Scott Scheuer. He had this race in the bag. Now he's got some teammates, but I think with 5 to go, with a $90 or a $60 difference, 1 and 2, $150 difference over third. These guys are gonna, I think, if my math adds up right. I don't know. It's been a long day, but nonetheless, teammates kind of goes out the window with 5 to go. We'll see how these guys race each other.
57 car of Scott Scheuer in P1. His teammate, Rick Gibson, in the 38. He's in P2, followed by the 09 of Stillwell in P3. Chris Cox, P4 in the 515. Keaton Holder in the 12 car is P5. So will we get a good long run? We're on lap 45 of 50, so we are getting ready to end it right here. Animal Racing controls the front 3 positions. Pace truck is off. Good restart by Scheuer. Gibson, the 09 of Stillwell, could be in trouble. That was a good line. Chris Cox is going to cross over. 5:15 ducks underneath the 09. The 11 up on 2 wheels. Chris Cox moves up to P3, and that 5:15 moves Stillwell back to P4. Up front, Scheuer. He's about to have company with his teammate. That's the 38 of Rick Gibson. Let's see if Stillwell has anything. Let's go on board with Ryan. You can see both running a similar line. Lap 48 of 50.
Yeah, I thought for sure there was going to be a little bit of tempers between Keaton Holder and Chris Cox on that restart, but Keaton just kind of caught the berm, lost a few spots. Chris Cox got a little bit of a gap to him now. He's got Ryan Stillwell between them. I think that feud's been settled naturally here as long as we stay green.
Scott Scheuer in P1, Gibson in P2. On lap 49 of 50, we are coming to the white flag. Scheuer, it is his race to lose. It is Rick Gibson's race to win. If he wants it, he's going to have to go get it. Gibson way up high, will cut down. Can he get underneath the 57? Here we come. Down the backstretch, 57 of Scheuer. Gibson in the 38 goes to the low line. Coming off of turn 4, great exit by the 38. My goodness, it will be Scheuer, Gibson, Chris Cox. What a finish. Let's rewind that and take another look at your finish between Scheuer and Gibson. It does not get much closer.
0.05 of a second I'm showing on the leaderboard here.
My goodness. Good finish to the Knoxville Nationals, brought to you by Gears Unlimited. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. Waiting for Chris Cox to come up into the broadcast booth. Clayton will get a word with him. Chris Cox ran into issues but kept digging all race long. He moves up, but actually falls back 2 from his start. Started on the pole. Scheuer in the 57, he moves up 5. Let's get a word with Chris Cox in that 5:15 machine. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, great run by the 5:15. You and the 12 car had contact all night long. Were you guys just running the same line, or what was the issue?
Well, I don't know how to put this as probably making controversy, but kind of a squirrel. The first contact was my fault. Everything else, he just I don't know if he just was mad and just kind of all over the place, but any other time I was behind him, he just either blocked me or just all over in front of somebody and just checking me up. And I finally just got past him, and yep, I just ended up getting third.
Yeah, man. Did you have anything for the top 2 once you got by? Once you moved up to P3, did you have anything for those guys? And if so, where was the quick line when it all ended?
Maybe if we got another yellow, I probably could have put a race on him and maybe got by him. Otherwise, it was kind of high going in, running the cushion, and then just let it come back down and stay up out of the slick, but get low and use the momentum out of the corners, and that's how I was getting it. But
man, it's a podium position, and it's a payday for the 5:15. Congratulations. Who'd you like to thank for your drive to victory lane?
I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on. Billy for putting the money up. MJC Desktop Fabrications for my big sponsor. Top Secret Racing and Cox Gaming.
All right, man. You gonna run the big blocks?
I don't know. I'm not feeling very good, and
I was
the
gonna
chili bowl's
say you
on, so
don't.
I might watch that.
Yeah, you don't sound well, sir. So, man, great run. Hope you feel better.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, man.
Got Rick Gibson here. Rick, it's Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Man, what a. I thought this race was over until that caution came out. And then we see the yellow. You're running with your teammate there of Scott Shore, and you guys are 500ths of a second at the line. Man, that 38, it seemed you were able to put it almost anywhere you wanted to. Where were you finding speed here around Knoxville tonight?
Oh man, well, yeah, well, first off, hats off to Scott for running a really good race. He was gone, but yeah, I don't know. It was just trying to search around for it. I mean, the car felt pretty good anywhere I put it, just a little more on the loose side, which I could have gone away with. But once the track started to give it more character, it seemed to like the top a little bit more, get up in the fluff, and try and get a run out.
Absolutely, man. Who do you got to thank on that 38 tonight?
Oh, thank all the guys at Animal Racing, Scott Schroyer, Ryan Stillwell, Grant Wesley, Zane Walters. We're just a really good team. We all work together really well and we all get along. So I mean, it's always a blast running with them. I got to thank my wife, my daughter for letting me come on and run this thing, and thank you with Top Tier and Joe and with Got Your Six, and Michael and Billy for putting this thing on and letting us have some fun. So I mean, it's really good to come out here. So I just want to say thanks to everybody.
Oh man, we'd love to have you. Hope to have you. I think you're the one. Your daughter does dance, correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sure. I've only got a 1-year-old right now, little girl. So I'm sure in the next few years we'll both be wearing our tap shoes and tutus here coming up. But thanks for being a part of this league. We thank you for showing up tonight. Not bad for a Tuesday night. Taco Tuesday and $90 to your pocket tonight, so not too bad for you. Congratulations on P2. Are we gonna see you in the modifieds?
Yep, I'll be back, and yeah, looking forward to that one. But yeah, I just want to say thanks again to everybody.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, man.
All right, thanks, bud.
Scott Schroyer in the 57 car. He moves up 5 from his starting position. Scott, this is Joe. You got me?
I certainly do, Joe.
Man, once you got that thing out front, man, you kind of set sail there for a while. Those guys behind you were really battling it out. Where'd you find the quick line in that 57?
Really didn't think we had anything for these guys tonight. I just didn't think the track would come in enough for us. Not enough practice and stuff on it, and it just started getting consistent with just running just above the slick there. And I had a little different gear than the rest of them, and it just seemed to be getting faster and faster as the race went on.
Yeah, man, you and your teammate Rick Gibson battling it out to the line. It doesn't get much better than that, man. Great run by that 57, another victory, and quite a substantial payday for 57 and Animal Racing, man. Congratulations on the win. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
First of all, Animal Racing. I wouldn't be here without them guys. Grant, Rick, and Ryan, everybody over at Animal Racing, man. They just been such a great team to be a part of. Stars Motorsports, of course. Got Your Six Racing Network. You guys do an awesome job. Outlaw Racing Series. You guys are just. I mean, this is class act over here. We enjoy it so much, and just can't thank the drivers and stuff over here that race. I mean, it's good, clean racing.
Yeah, man, just notice the GY6 on the rear tail fin there as we're watching you wrap up the race here. Central Florida, right?
That's correct. That's where
Man,
we're from.
how's your weather?
Well, it was pretty chilly there, Christmas over that, but we was back up in the 60s today, and I think we're supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow and high 70s by the end of the week. So thank goodness for that.
Yeah, man, that's about real racing weather.
That's all right.
Yeah, I noticed, Scott, my my hometown down there in Central Florida, they were below freezing for Christmas morning, and now New Year's morning they're waking up to a high of like 83, 82 or 83 again. So good old Florida doing its best down there.
Yeah, Yeah, it's we've been pretty lucky the last several years. We haven't had anything real bad, and I can't remember the last time we had something down into the teens like this. So, but hopefully that's it for the year, and hopefully we can move on from here.
All right, man. Great run. We gonna see you in the mods?
Yeah, we'll be over there in the mods. We'll give it a shot. Normally the super late models are not my cup of tea, and I'm really not a big fan of Knoxville. Like I said, we got lucky, and the car came to us, and the track came to us. So we're gonna try the mods. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. I think there's a lot more to it than luck, my friend. So we'll see you in the big blocks coming up next.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, man. Clayton, there you have it. There are the super late models. Great show at the end. Any last thoughts?
Man, that put on quite a great race, if you ask me. I knew it was going to be tight. Ton of talent here. I knew these guys were going to put everything on the line, but the little bit of a feud between Keaton Holder and Chris Cox, the fact that they were able to make it a 2-lane racetrack like that at times, I thought it was going to slick off and everybody was just going to run the top and kind of be behind each other, but they made 2 lanes of racing work. Clean slide jobs for the most part of tonight. I'm excited for the modifieds. In my opinion, those things drive way better than the late models, so I'm sure we're going to get even a better show here coming up.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be with the big block modifieds right here at Knoxville. We'll be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. And what we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources and opportunity right now.
One, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Mission 22 was founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful. We can grow through trauma to become our community's cornerstone, the safest neighbor on the block, the strongest leader in the office, the most caring volunteer at the elementary school. The Recovery and Resiliency Program is a year-long, and it uses everything from cutting-edge biometric tools to science-backed supplements. This is a catalyst to take the deep scars suffered for our nation's sake and turn them into opportunities to direct our God-given purpose and energies as protectors toward a refreshed and meaningful life. By committing to this year-long program, you will be happier, stronger, and wiser. Your PTS and/or TBI may not leave you, but you will be more comfortable in your own skin, and your suffering will begin to have meaning. Our goal is to give warriors one thing, the truth. Let's take responsibility for our healing. Mission 22 was founded on the time
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for your nightcap. This is not a planned deal, but we're getting ready to go racing for the drivers in Outlaw Racing League. Again, no money on line, no points on the line, but we're getting ready to go racing nonetheless in the big blocks as we try to get everything back online as the cars come out for practice. Again, no points, no money on the line. Guys out here in big block mods to put on a show, and we are going to go along with Clayton. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, these guys just wanted to put up a little bit of a fun run, just kind of, run Knoxville. I don't believe it's on the schedule. One of our league admin brought it up, and we decided to throw one together.
We'll see how this plays out. It's going to be a 50-lap feature in the big block modifieds. Grant Wesley and Billy Roberts back on track. Let's see how many. The 57 car is back with us. We just heard from Scott, who won the big event, the Knoxville Nationals, in that 57 machine. Jake Henry is back with us in the 171. What do you expect to go different in the big block mods than the super late models we just ran?
These things can run a little bit better in the slick. So I think these guys will be able to get down to the bottom or up to the top a little bit easier. They're not as tight. If you kind of miss your entry and have to let up, you can still get it to turn and rotate for you. I think we're just going to see overall a little bit better of a race. These guys are going to be able to kind of, lean on one another if they have to. I don't expect much with the talent we have, but if they need to or if they're running hard, they can afford to kind of put the door on somebody and kind of keep it together. Those late models, when you touch, it kind of just upsets the car extremely and overcorrect into the other person if you're 3 wide or anything like that. These guys should be able to run a little bit better here tonight with the modifieds.
Yeah, most of them seem to be more comfortable in the modifieds also. So we will see as the cars are out on track for practice. Let's pull in Billy Roberts, the owner-operator of Gears Unlimited. Billy, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, I know you're not doing anything. We're watching that 99 go around, currently second on the board. Clayton and I were just talking the difference in the super late models and the big blocks. What are you looking for tonight out of that 99?
I guess quit running over people.
So it was a rough super late model. I can't say that I ever driven a super late model, but man, the guys put on a heck of a show. Thank you for putting up the funds for those cats for the Knoxville Nationals. I can't speak any higher of Outlaw Racing League or Gears Unlimited, man, for all that you do for many folks and many leagues out there. So greatly appreciated, man. Take the 99 to the front. Let's get this done.
Well, I felt like I had the fastest car out there earlier in the late models, Joe, but we'll see. Hopefully make the modified fast.
It looks like you're number 2 on the board, my brother, so we'll let you get back to it. Good luck.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yeah, man. That was Billy Roberts, owner-operator of Gears Unlimited. Chris Cox at the top of the board. No big surprise in that 515 as he's coming back out on track with an 18.944. We are getting ready to go qualifying.
Tell you what, with this being a fun run, I thought about registering and racing this with the guys, but last thing I want to do is get out there and hold up somebody or something for a position. So I'm good.
Man, you ought to get in there and run and broadcast from the cockpit.
I'll see if I can make it. I'll give you as much racing insight as I can. We got 3 minutes left. Yeah, I should be able to make it in there. If I give everybody EOLs all night, I should win this thing no problem.
That's easy. Everyone EOL. We'll get Clayton behind the wheel here. See if we can't get him in the race. Again, this is a non-points, non-cash fun run in the big block modifieds. Michael Vitale, he takes that 213 to P2. Boy, that left front is way off the ground in the 213.
Oh yeah, some of the setups that those guys have at Outlaw, you know, with us running as a team, some of those you can kind of get the left rear up off the ground, makes for some really good photos, profile pictures, etc. Actually just started doing a little bit of simtography, you could call it. Started a Facebook page and everything, so anybody that's looking for some, head over to Elite Simtography and hit us up. Get you guys squared away with some nice shots.
There you go. You're going to be able to get a good deal on some left front tires tonight after this race. They'll be barely used, it appears.
Yeah, I've been to enough speed weeks and stuff down south when these types of modifieds come down and run Volusia and stuff, and you know, they're at Volusia, they're rarely ever on the ground. So these guys are definitely going to probably, Knoxville has another type of layout a lot like Volusia. I think these guys will have it off the ground a lot of the night tonight.
Looks like the 00 has entered the track here. In that Gears Unlimited red, white, and blue ride.
Why not surprise everybody once?
Sneak up on him. There you go. 38 car of Rick Gibson's back on track. Currently 7th quick. Billy Roberts still at the top of the board. We got about 1 minute left and we will advance to qualifying. .515 of Chris Cox is back with us. You heard him a little bit under the weather. He's going to tough it out in the 515. I'm sure the weather is absolutely gorgeous up there in Des Moines, Iowa. One of my teammates, Brandon Templeton, lives in Corning, Iowa, and it was below 0 wind chill. Clayton up to P7 in the 00 Gears Unlimited ride. The Outlaw Racing driver. As he shuts it down, we're getting ready to go heat racing.
I just realized I don't have the proper setup in this. That's awesome. I tell you what, it's slick all the way around right now down here. You can run the bottom really easy. Very little wheel input, very little throttle. It's nice and smooth.
As we wait for Clayton Hack, is going to be the first one. Clayton's out on track in the 00. So he will have the pole award, even though we're not awarding a pole award for this race for at least a moment. Animal Racing's Ryan Stillwell back out on track in the 09. Billy Roberts in the 99. Michael Vitale is with us. Clayton with a 9 is 028 at the top of the board. Ryan Stillwell, Chris Cox, 18815. Billy Roberts, 18813 to the top of the board for the 99. Grant Wesley out on track, hasn't put down a time yet. Takes the green flag for qualifying. Scott Scheuer, fourth quick, 18936 for the 57 machine. Check back in with the 88. Third quick, 18857 for Grant Wesley. Jake Henry in the 171 shuts it down. He's fourth quick. Can Wesley improve on his second lap? No, sir. Third quick for Grant Wesley. Roberts, Cox, Wesley, Henry, Scheuer, your top 5. Still waiting on... Nope, that's it. Qualifying has concluded. Billy Roberts at the top of the board with an 18813. Getting ready to advance to the heat races for the night. Billy Roberts, Grant Wesley on the front row. Jake Henry, Michael Vitale in row number 2. Clayton Hack at the tail end of the field. All right, Clayton, let's do this.
Absolutely.
The field full of red, white, and blue. The only non-Outlaw Racing driver is that 88, the driver out of Evansville, Indiana. That is Grant Wesley on the outside. Got 8 laps to get it done. Let's see what lane Billy Roberts will take. Billy Roberts will remain on the inside. That will leave the 88 to his outside. Michael Vitale and Jake Henry on the inside. Michael Vitale on the outside of row number 2. And Clayton in the tail end of the field.
Yeah, I think I was way too easy on the throttle. I don't run this track too much. Felt like I was kind of blowing the tires off of it, but this thing definitely can take more, and I kind of failed to do that here for qualifying, but nonetheless, it's going to be fun running with these guys. If I could run both heat races, I would.
Go out there and find that traction. Pace truck should exit this time by. We will be going green. 8 laps. Good restart by Billy Roberts. Big lead. Grant Wesley on the outside. He doesn't get going right away. Jake Henry, Michael Vitale. That will bring out the caution. Let's take a look. Yeah, what
Yeah,
happened here? 213 and the 171 side by side. Looks like
Look
the
like from here.
213 gets in the back of the 171. Unless the 171 checked up, I can't really tell. Looks like the 171 checks up, so nowhere for the 213 to go.
Yeah, Jason Henry disconnects. I saw the same thing in the late model race. I think he's just maybe some technical difficulties going on, but it looked like from down here the 171 checked up, and Michael Vitale kind of nowhere to go behind him, gets into him and turns him, but nonetheless, we are getting ready to go back green.
Billy Roberts opened up a big lead on the initial start. We are on lap 2 of 8. The 88 car surrounded by the red, white, and blue of Outlaw Racing drivers. Good restart by Roberts. Battle's going to be back here. Vitale gets by. Looks like Clayton looking down low, will slide up. Crossover coming from the 88. Side by side at the line. You got Wesley down low, Hack up high. Billy Roberts has checked out. Vitale in P2, Grant Wesley battling it out with Clayton Hack. Clayton on the bottom side. Grant up high. It will be Clayton at the line. On lap 4 of 8. Right to the rear bumper goes the 88. Let's go on board. Grant Wesley's friends and family out there watching, greatly appreciate y'all tuning in. Girlfriend Brittany tunes in weekly, greatly appreciated. Yes, the 88 is able to get by Hack this time. By 88 up to P3. Looks like the race is going to be between the 88 and the 00 here. Billy Roberts has checked out. Michael Vitale in P2, more than almost 1.5 seconds. Will the 88 car be able to make up ground on Michael Vitale in the 213? Last lap, Billy Roberts, 2 more corners to navigate. Coming off of turn 2, he's got 3 and 4 to go. Good entry by the 99, high arc in. A run in the middle, coming off of turn 4, it will be Billy Roberts. Michael Vitale, Grant Wesley, and Clayton Hack are your 4 drivers that finished heat number 1. Heat 2, Chris Cox, Rick Gibson on the front row. Scott Scheuer and Ryan Stillwell round out your field of 4 drivers. So we're going to see Chris Cox surrounded by Animal Racing. Gibson, Scheuer, and Stillwell. Chris Cox will take the outside. We saw that 57 have a great run in the super late models. Didn't think they had the car to run up front, but he did more than that. Pace truck is off. Chris Cox with a great start. 5:15 to the point. Ryan Stillwell's going to battle it out with Rick Gibson. You got the 38 car down low. That is Gibson underneath Stillwell in the 09. 38 car on the bottom, 9 up high.
A little bit of teammate contact in the back. Scott Scheuer, Ryan Stillwell's up on the fence.
And he comes back down on all 4. Great Gibson able to get by the 515, so we miss that. Now Scott Scheuer wants the P2 behind his teammate, right up to the rear bumper. Let's go on the nose cam. The 57 all over the rear bumper of the 515. Chris Cox takes a peek on the inside.
We saw the same exact battle in the late models. These guys are so similar in knowledge and speed around Knoxville here. These guys are putting on yet another show, only in the heat race. So that means the features are going to get even better.
Tried to make it 3 wide. Uh-oh. Scheuer or Gibson into the fence, leading the race. Coming off of turn 4, just gets into the outside, pulls the car around. That will bring out the caution. Chris Cox will take the lead back over. Chris Cox, Scott Scheuer, Ryan Stillwell. Chris Cox, it's Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, it didn't feel too bad, I guess. How's the 515 running?
I'm doing pretty good, even though I'm not feeling good. Kind of sandbagging, trying to get that first row start in the feature, but yeah.
Oh, he admits it.
Good luck, man. Good luck.
Yep.
That was the 515 of Chris Cox. Lights are still on the pace truck.
All I can hope for the feature is that we stay green and just put on some tough racing. That way I don't have to issue anything. I might leave admin in your hands, or at least the calls in your hands. I can make a few clicks easy, but I can't get out and view a replay come feature time. But nonetheless, we will make it work like we always do. I love being up here in the booth with you, Joe. Can't thank you enough week in and week out with Outlaw and Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, back at you. And I just switched over to the admin channel.
Yeah, usually we the leader here in Outlaw Racing League, if there's contact with the leader to wreck, we give the leader back his spot. But with him making his own contact here, Rick's gonna start in the back.
Chris Cox will start at the front of the field. Good restart by the 515. Scheuer in P2. Ryan Stillwell, P3, 38 back with us. 57 taking a peek down low. Scheuer will slide up, leave the bottom open for Chris Cox, who will get a run off of 4. They will be side by side at the line, 1 to go. 57 car. Now the 9 of Stillwell's getting in the mix.
Yeah, you heard Chris Cox. He wants that second place. So right now it's looking good. All he's got to do is hold Ryan Stillwell back. 2 more corners here. Stillwell going to try and cross over. Chris Cox
Coming to
protects
the
the bottom.
line. Scheuer Stillwell goes across the line upside down. Let's take a look. Gets into that outside wall. The 0-9 coming to the flag stand. Hits it hard. Over he goes. We will have 3 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Time for your 50-lap feature. Let's get a look at the board. Chris Cox, Michael Vitale on the front row. Scott Scheuer, Billy Roberts in row 2. Grant Wesley, Ryan Stillwell in 3. Clayton Hack, Rick Gibson in row number 4. Jake Henry will round out your field of 9 drivers.
Pull up my race control here. This is going to be interesting.
Chris Cox will have lane choice. Chris Cox, Vitale. Scott Scheuer in the 57. Good looking ride with Billy Roberts to his outside. Grant Wesley will be on the inside of row number 3 with the 09 of Ryan Stillwell. Green flag is out. We are underway. Chris Cox. Good restart. Vitale goes with Cox as you see the fireworks. Roberts, the 57 of Scheuer. Grant Wesley in the 88 is battling it out with his teammate. Side by side. Rick Gibson in the 38 on the outside of Clayton Hack in that 00 car. Jake Henry in the 171 is in P9 up front. Cox getting away from the field a little bit. As you see the fireworks going wild.
I don't think those are going to be the only fireworks on the track tonight either, Joe. These guys are already dooring up front here in front of me.
As the caution comes out, as the fireworks are still going off. Let's take a look. Looks like Stillwell.
We got an easy call out for Billy.
Oh, that looked like net code to me. Those cars weren't even close. Yeah, they were within 3 feet of each other. But Billy Roberts what do you call it?
Self-report, I believe.
Self-reported himself. Yeah, there you go. Self-report's never a good thing in the military, but not a bad thing here in iRacing.
Well, if they keep making contact up front, this might be a good one for me.
Yeah, you're up to 6th. Sometimes keeping the nose clean is all it takes. As the pace truck exits, leaving the field to the 515 of Chris Cox. Good restart by the 15. Rick Gibson, Scott Scheuer are going to go side by side. 57 has been on a rail. Looking for another podium, Rick Gibson. Now the 88 of Grant Wesley. Running the bottom underneath his teammate, the 38 of Rick Gibson. Clayton Hack on the high side. Trying to get around the 88 up high, coming off of turn number 2. Can't quite make the pass. Ryan Stillwell. Chris Cox battling it out with Vitale. Let's go on board with Michael Vitale.
Oh, the top is starting to come in there, Joe.
That is our onboard reporter here, Clayton Hack. Says that top side starting to come in. The 515 of Chris Cox is stuck down low. Contact made. That was Scott Scheuer into the back of the 515. Maybe that bump gave the 515 an advantage as the 213 looks down low. Will he have room to get back up on the high side? No, he will not. As the caution comes back out, Ryan Stillwell, the 9 car. '99 of Billy Roberts.
Joe, what are you seeing up there for that incident?
So it was this time legitimately the 99 of Billy Roberts getting into, can't remember who it was now, but it was contact this time. Last time was severe net code.
Alrighty.
Lights are still on the pace truck. Let's go live. I will do my first admin duties. Looks like Clayton has already sent the 99 to the back.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can't do down here in the car is review the replays. I can click a button pretty easy as long as we get a call. I'll help you out and still keep that portion under control.
Yep, 10-4. Lights are off on the pace truck. Chris Cox takes the outside. That will put the 213 of Michael Vitale to his inside. You heard the top side is starting to come in. Clayton, what's it feel like?
Oh man, it's fast up top. Kind of just got checked up a little bit behind other drivers, but I would love to get Rick Gibson here in front of me, let him by, and squeeze in behind him. I do not want to be down here on the bottom right now. Hopefully he can clear me on the corner. There we go.
Put the 00
Move
up to the high side. Scott Scheuer now stuck on the low side, running below the 213 of Michael Vitale. Can he navigate that bottom side? Top side has been the place to be, although Gibson, or Scheuer, my apologies, getting a great run off the bottom side. On lap 11 of 50, coming off of turn 4. Caution comes back out. Billy Roberts involved. Oh, just gets up into the outside fence. Let's pull up Chris Cox, see how let's pull up Michael Vitale to see how the 213 is doing. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, it looks like if you get on that inside, you get stuck down there for a while. How's the ride in the 213 tonight?
That ride's good. I prefer the outside right now, to be honest with you, and you're correct in the fact that I get down the bottom there on the restart. So I'll work my way back up there and see what I can do.
Yeah, man, Scott Scheuer got underneath the 213. I was surprised that he was able to run even, so I don't know if that bottom's coming in or what the deal is. But early, man, you got on the inside, you got railroaded by the rest of the field.
Scott's fast, so I'm keeping an eye on him.
All right, man. Good luck, Mike.
All right, Joe. Take care.
Yeah, man. That was the 213 of Michael Vitale. Chris Cox at the front of the field will select the outside. Lights are on the pace truck. See if we can't pull Grant Wesley into the booth. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, give me a report.
Well, let's see. The weather report, it's in the 30s. Not bad. But
we're going to get our weather report in regardless.
Yeah, we're going to try the outside here, I think, or try to run that cushion in. Hopefully track widens out and we get some good racing going on. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Lights are still on the pace truck. Chris Cox will take the outside. I'm seeing 11.
Oh, I got a horrible start looking at the leaderboard here for him.
Oh, he's right. They are on lap 12. Chris Cox to the front of the field. Michael Vitale, we got another caution. Was going to try to pull Jake Henry in. I do not see him in Discord, however. On lap 12 of 50. Chris Cox on the outside of Michael Vitale. We should go green this time by. Chris Cox holds up the field, accordion effect. Scott Scheuer looking underneath his teammate, Rick Gibson. Scheuer is the only car that seems to get that bottom side to work. They come off side by side. I was expecting nose to tail, but it looks like we got racing going on here. Again, this is a non-points, non-paying fun run here. Up front, nose to tail are 1-2, Cox and Vitale. Scheuer able to close in on a podium finish. He moves up in front of Gibson. Now his teammate, the 88 of Grant Wesley, will give the bottom side a look. Wesley underneath the 00 of Clayton Hack. Now the 38 comes down, blocks his teammate there. That bottom side may not be done yet. We're going to go 3 wide. They make it work. 09 now. That is Stillwell. He's running the bottom side.
I think Scott Scheuer has the right idea right now. Kind of running in the middle. Top just feels a little too slow up there. Seems like the guys on the bottom are able to get, you know, a shorter entry enough to where they're at your door on the exit. But Scott's working the bottom right now. I see Michael Vitale and Chris Cox kind of working up top. And Scott Scheuer now putting pressure on Michael Vitale.
He will pull side by side with the 213. Running on the bottom side. So Scott Scheuer has found something on the bottom side in that 57 machine. His teammate, Rick Gibson, is going to go with him. Let's turn it up for a lap or two. has the 38 of Rick Gibson still on that bottom side. Now Clayton Hack to his outside. Can the 00 make the pass and move himself up 4 positions from his starting position? Scheuer still running on the bottom. On lap 26, now 27 of 50. We have made it halfway.
Now that I found out how to be fast, these guys in front of me are running the same exact line.
Always.
At least Chris Cox and the guys up front aren't pulling away. At least I can run with them. That's a good boost of confidence. But man, this is a blast out here with these guys. They're so clean. You see it in the booth, but man, when you're door to door with these guys and they're leaving you a lane and stuff like that, it's such a good feeling.
Scheuer's gonna back it out with the 213. Scheuer is beating on that bottom side trying to get it to work. Contact made. Around goes Scheuer.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened there. I know I need a fast repair here, but man, Scheuer just like got loose or something in front of me. Not sure if he
Scheuer
bounced
gets
off my front
back
end.
It gets into the back of the 213. Had to check up. Nowhere for Clayton to go at that point. Don't know if the 213 checked up for the 515. It looks like it. And the 57 makes contact with the 213. Clayton makes contact with the 57. I'm going with no call. .213 had to check up. That left nowhere for Scheuer and the 57 to go. Accordion effect. Everybody checking up. So lap 29 of 50.
One spot out of a podium. I was starting to feel good about this one. But I still got 20 to go. Hopefully we can make
There's
something
still
work here.
time. Cox, Vitalik, Gibson, Wesley, Roberts, your top 5. Lights are off on the pace truck. We are going green this time. Bye. Pace truck is off. 515 is going to hold the field up once again. Michael Vitale will hold on to P2. Now the 88 car has his teammate Rick Gibson to his inside. The 88 car of Grant Wesley. This is his first visit into the top 3 in that 88 machine. Driver out of Evansville, Indiana, has worked all night and finally on lap 31 of 50 makes his appearance in the top 3. No challenge to Chris Cox yet. '57 car of Scott Scheuer battling it out with his teammate Stillwell in the 9. Clayton is back there at the tail end of the field getting a bird's eye view at what's going on in front of him. Billy Robert up to P6. Jake Henry in the 171 coming to the front. Jake is up 4 from his starting position, as is the 38. Let's go on board with Jake and see what it looks like from the driver's seat. You can hear him working the throttle. That is the 09 underneath Jake there. As the 09 looking for a space, he'll find it between the 171 and the 99 of Billy Roberts. Up front, Grant Wesley has taken over the lead. He's up 4 from his start. Let's take a look at how that happened with the replay of the 88. Let's see him on the bottom side of the 515. Wesley down low, slides up. Chris Cox with the crossover. The 88 is able to get the run off of the top side, put the 88 on the point. Cox gets on the inside berm, sends that car to the outside. 88 times it perfectly. It was the 88 at the line. On lap 38 of 50, Grant Wesley to the front of the field. Chris Cox in P2. When the 88 gets to the front of the field, Grant Wesley seems to find a different gear. It's hard to get back by him. Chris Cox in P2. Vitale in the final podium. Rick Gibson in the 38. The Animal Racing driver is looking for his podium finish as he pulls up to the rear bumper of that 213. Ryan Stillwell is in P5. Contact made by Cox. That will move Rick Gibson up. Cox into the outside wall. Now Cox under attack from Stillwell. Stillwell slide job coming. Cox will not have enough room to cross over. Put Stillwell up to P4. Side job from Cox. Cox crossover from Stillwell. Up front, Grant Wesley has moved to the extreme outside in the 88. Michael Vitale in P2. 38 of Rick Gibson up to P3. Chris Cox, now he's going to have Billy Roberts to deal with, and Clayton is not far behind.
Man, I am having to check up so much with the slider line that Ryan Stillwell was running, and now Billy Roberts is kind of, as he runs the top, he's been running this slider line quite a bit. And the last thing I want to do just out here as an admin is wreck a guy, but man, these guys are fighting big time.
Rick Gibson now under attack from the 09 of Stillwell for the final podium position. On lap 44 of 50, we are getting down to it. Grant Wesley checking out. Michael Vitale with 2 Animal Racing drivers to his rear bumper. The 38 car and the 09 Stillwell will go down to the basement and can't quite complete the pass. There he will. Passes his teammate. Puts Stillwell up to P3. Chris Cox throws a slider. Michael Vitale may be closing in a little bit. Let's take a look at the lap times. 19.822, Wesley a 9:38. Oh, contact made. They're able to drive through it. Vitale back into a podium. Ryan Stillwell moves up to P2 behind his teammate, Grant Wesley. Car's now right up against the fence. Now Cox looking for the final podium. He gets by the 213 on the outside. Look at this battle. You got cars under a blanket. That is the 38 down low. Billy Roberts. Ryan Stillwell crashes. Running in a podium position. All by himself. 9 cars going to dive down low here. Gets up on the berm. The 88 car of Wesley comes down. Contact is made. Around goes the 09.
So it sounds like just my race control brain. Sounds like incidental contact going up and down into each other.
It was, yes. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. No points on the line, no money on the line. On lap 49 of 51 now. Hearing chatter from the 09 that car could be damaged. Let's take a look here. The front end looks all right. The rear end looks okay. I don't see anything wrong with that car.
Billy Roberts' car, right before we went caution here in front of me, his car started to look like it was driving sideways while going straight. So that might be a little bit of a challenge for me to get by, or it might be easy. I don't know which way it could go here. I know that the slider line, it's so hard to pick. I'm not really a slider type of guy unless we're like door to door. But these guys running slider lines, it's hard to pick a lane because at some point they're in front of you or checking up. That's all I've done so far this race. Just trying to stay out of everybody.
Green, white, checkers. 98 car is off on lap 49. Great restart. Chris Cox P2. Michael Vitale in the final podium position. Chris Cox throws a slider, gets by. Great run by Grant Wesley on the crossover move. Top 3 getting away from the field. Oh! Chris Cox slides up into the 88. Grant Wesley cannot be happy with that result. Chris Cox back to the point. Michael Vitale now battling. Cox, Vitale, Wesley, your top 3. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily as soon as we can get them up into the booth. We will get Grant Wesley here as soon as they get their podium shot. Let's see if we can't talk to Grant Wesley in the 88 machine. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Man, that was an interesting finish. Walk us through your night. The 88 worked your way all the way up to the lead.
Yeah, that's as I said earlier. You caught me off guard there, but yeah, I was just wanting the track to widen out, so we could run the top side, and the top side was working for me. I wasn't necessarily just walking away from up there, but I knew it was making me really vulnerable to a slide job in turn 1 doing that, which is okay. We did some crossovers throughout the race with Ryan and Chris, and had a lot of fun tonight. They're late in the race. I just left that door open and Chris got in there and he just got in there just right. Like, didn't quite clear me, but I lifted the crossover and it wasn't enough. And, so he had the position going into 3 and, yeah, good job, Chris, though, on the win.
Yeah, man, great run by that 88. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish in this fun run tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank, as always, Clayton and Joe. Clayton for the administration, Joe for the broadcast, and Got Your Six Racing Network. I just want to thank all the sponsors here that help out throughout the season. I'd like to thank my teammates with Animal Racing, my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Yeah, man, great run by the 88. Hope to see you Friday night.
Yep, looking forward to it.
All right, man, have a great rest of your week until then.
Yep, thanks.
Michael Vitale in the 213, puts the 213 in P2, started outside pole, finished second in the race. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Joe.
Man, that looked like a lot of fun. Walk us through your night in the 213.
I tell you, it was a lot of fun. Basically, I was hooked up more on the outside than I was on the inside. I started getting a little scared here and there with them sliders coming through. Did the best I could to keep out there. I'm not the greatest at sliders, so I got to do more defense than I do offense with them. But hey, it was a great race with these guys. A lot of fun.
Yeah, man, the 213 got it done. It looked like the bottom side really came in. And like you said, the sliders, man, we saw every variety from those that worked to those that didn't work so well. Great run, my brother. Thank you for your service in the Air Force. Who do you want to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
Hey, I want to thank everybody at the Vitale Motorsports, Gears Unlimited, Billy Roberts for everything he does for us, Tightline Apparel, you for putting this on, Clayton for joining you up there doing the admin, and all these guys just coming out having a good time. It's a blast with these guys, and hats off to Chris for that win.
Yeah, man, no points on the line, no money on the line. You still had as many as you did in the big money race. That says something to the quality of the league, man. Congratulations on the league and on a podium finish.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. Let's get a word with Chris Cox in the 515, the Des Moines, Iowa driver, able to bring it home P1. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
There he is.
Chris, you there?
Yep. I'm
Man,
here.
great run. Walk us through your night. You had a battle on your hands.
Well, just leading the race, doing good. Most thing that kept me getting mad is them restarts. They weren't fans of the restarts tonight. Like to keep people on their feet on them restarts. And once I realized the slider line was there, I just had to throw it in there and hope I didn't park on nobody's nose. Kind of parked on Graham's at the end, but I apologized, and he said it was okay. So I guess we're on good terms. And
yeah, man, he actually gave you props for that. Said that was a good slider. So great run by the 515, even though it was for no points and no cash. Great run, my brother. Who do you want to thank for your victory?
Well, I'd like to thank the number one person that would say this is we do nothing around here for fun, and that'd be MJC Desktop Fabrications. I'd like to thank Cox Gaming and Top Secret. You for streaming this, even though you really didn't have to, and everybody's sticking around for have some fun.
That's yeah, everybody. Man. I hope you feel better by Friday. Hope to see you at Friday Night Lights. Great run, man.
Heck, if I'm on this roll and I'm feeling this bad, I kind of hope I don't get
better. Great run, man. Have a good night.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
Clayton, last thoughts.
Oh man, that was a lot of fun. The top definitely started to come in. The sliders were so tough to go around. It felt like if I ran the bottom, I was in the way of somebody's slider. If I ran the top, as soon as like mid corner, when I started to get a little bit of speed, it kind of fell off to where I had somebody in front of me and had to check up. But I'll take it. It was a lot of fun out there with those guys. They raced so clean. The 2 bits of contact we had was, just hard racing. We love to see the hard racing as long as it's not intentional. And these guys put on one heck of a show. And like you hinted at, even if it's for absolutely nothing, just show up. These guys are gonna show up and they're gonna perform with every bit of talent that they got running through their veins. And these guys proved it tonight.
Yeah, man, what a great show. Thank you for joining me in the booth. It's fun to watch you out on track. I wish you a great rest of the week. Hope to see you on Friday, and hope you enjoy the rest of your leave.
Yeah, it expires tomorrow morning. Go back tomorrow. I believe from what the calendar's looking like, I have duty Friday, but got to take a look at that. Do not want to miss Friday Night Lights, but can't miss duty. I wish you could get out of those, but we'll see what's going on tomorrow at work, and I'll be in touch with you and see what we can do.
Yeah, man, just let me know. Great run.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Tuesday Night Outlaw Racing League. We will be back on the air Friday night at the normal time. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. So that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it's it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have zero experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.